So it's about 3:30 in the morning. We saw a lamb on the camera on the ground, saw a ewe having a second lamb. Didn't know if there was, two ewes, one ewe, what the situation was. Came out here, and this ewe has had twins. She has a one-up moving around. She's licking on it pretty good. I got a pen set up for it. It's actually using the one where we moved that ewe out of this afternoon and put over there with the other nursery area. So I want to go ahead and get her. This is her right here at the white on her nose. Get her and those lambs over in the jug. So we got her here in the jug. I haven't dried them off. I don't even have the heat lamp plugged in yet. It's just not that super cold out here right now. She's doing a great job with them. I know that one was just born, and the time it took me basically to get dressed and walk out here. One's up moving around. She has it pretty dried off right now. The other one's trying to get up. She's doing a really good job with them. So I'm just actually going to wait and just let her lick on them some more, do her thing before I get in there and do anything with them and process them. I just feel that's always better, that we're not worried about them getting too cold right now. We're out here with them. She's actively claiming both of them right now, so just stand back and let her do her thing and nature take its course, and then I'll get in there and work with them here in probably 20 minutes or so and get the heat lamp plugged in and see how everybody's doing then. So we already got that one lamb under there. I see its tail wagging. I can hear it sucking on, I'm assuming, the teat. I haven't stripped her or anything. They're able to, the lambs are. I mean, that's how it's set up. We just like to make sure that she's producing milk, but currently it looks like that one's under there and its tail's going nuts there on the other side. Looks like it's getting something while she's still cleaning this second born and going back and forth between them. This first one's 11 pounds. So my phone died on me. This was the first one born. That's a ewe lamb, 11 pounds. 11-pound ewe lamb, first one born. Then we had a ram lamb, second one born, weighed about 11.5 pounds, very evenly sized. She has milk coming out both sides. I went ahead and stuck the ram lamb on her while I was just stripping her. She was okay with that. I saw this lamb get underneath her already, and I think she's the one who cleaned the plugs out. I went ahead and got the heat lamp plugged in the barrel. I'm going to get her some water and basically maybe a flake of hay, and then call it an evening, head back inside. I'm not going to feed everybody yet, but we'll be back out in probably about 2.5 hours to get everybody fed and check on them again. So basically I went inside about 4 hours ago for taking care of those two twins this morning. I was extremely tired. I think I checked the camera at like 6 a.m. or something. Didn't see any activity. Well, Rachel just told me that she saw a lamb on the camera here in the Suffolk pen. Started looking, and she saw this ewe here in labor with the second one. So right now I'm really glad. This is this ewe's first lambs. This ewe is actually a gummy bear, that Suffolk ewe that had her lamb 2 days ago. This is her daughter. We actually had held her back. I didn't breed her the first year just to give her time to grow, because she was born on March 1st. And so to kind of tighten up the windows, we held her back the first year. So this was the first year that she would have been bred. She was bred to this ram, Frosty, who's right over here. And I'm just glad she was able to lay down and have both these lambs on her own. I mean, she's a good size ewe, but also with the first time moms, you know, it's usually where we see a lot of our problems, in the sense of like, just, you know, in general, not always, not every first time mom's an issue, but that's a lot of times where they pop up. So it's really nice to see that she was able to deliver at least two pretty good sized twins here. What I want to do though, is I'm going to go ahead and get her in the pen up here in this jug, because it's feeding time and I don't want everybody running around, especially with these lambs sitting there. So we're just going to get them in the jug. It's like 30 degrees out, maybe actually a little bit warmer, so they're not going to be too cold right off the bat. So I'll get everybody fed then, and then we'll get in here and work on them, kind of like the same thing we did this morning with that ewe over there. That's always a concern here with these lambs. You can see she just had the first one there, and then also had the second one right here. Well, the first one's already walked all the way across that pen, and that's why it's very important with these first time ewes, especially for us. Our experience is getting out here and getting them claimed real quick, because you know, these other ewes start licking on them and everything else, and it can confuse them sometimes if they're out here too long without, you know, getting put together. I'm just checking them out, Mom. I got you. Look, I'm right here. You can see me. First lamb I'm weighing is weighing at 12.5 pounds, or yeah, 12.5, almost 13 pounds. closer, right at about 13. Calm down, girl. You lamb. That's free, girl. There you go. Seal this one. This second one I'm weighing is sitting right at dead even 12 pounds. Ewe lamb also. I'm checking the teats right now. Her left side has milk coming out of it. I squeezed it once, plenty of milk. There's actually a lamb on her right side right now, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna double check it because sometimes these newborn lambs will pull and pull, but that wax plug's just too much, like we saw at that one ewe. So I'm not gonna remove the lamb, but once he's off, or she's off, I'll give it a full tug. Yep, plenty of milk. So we ended up getting both those ewe lambs processed. There's plenty of milk coming out of that udder on that ewe. Like I said, that one lamb was right underneath there, already getting a drink. I think they probably already did the other side because one pool instantly had some colostrum coming out. I didn't put the blue bucket in their pen, the heating bucket or barrel, until I was done with the processing, because she's a good size ewe. I just wanted there to be extra room in there, and I just haven't put it in there yet, so I went ahead and slapped that in, turned it on. I unplugged Gummy Bears here because her lamb has basically never been in the thing. Gummy Bear, has always kept that lamb outside of that, kept her warm, and she's doing a great job. And I'm really excited about these other two, just kind of seeing how they go over the next day or so. They're both up, very active, but I got the barrel in there for them to get warm. She has plenty of milk, and we're here basically all day. I got somewhere to go right now, but we'll be able to keep a really good eye on them, is what I'm saying. So that way, with her being a first-time mom, we'll be able to help her out if need be. But I'm just going to leave them alone right now, and I've been out here messing around all morning, getting everybody disturbed in the barn. So I'm just going to take a break myself, and we'll be back out in a little bit to check on them. So this is the lamb that we ended up taking inside the house. It got warmed up. We tube fed it again, gave it a little bit of 5-hour energy. And so we brought it back out here into the pen to reintroduce it to its mother, just to kind of see how she'd act about it. This is the original towel that we dried the lamb off with. We kept that with the lamb the whole time. That way, all the scent clues were there for her to try to get used to the lamb again.
So after just a couple of minutes, that lamb was able to get up underneath its own power, move around in the pen, and the ewe was still very curious, just checking it out. She wasn't too sure about it, but it's a good sign just seeing that the lamb was able to be brought out of a warm environment out here into the pen and get up and kind of move around on his own, searching. So after a few minutes, we got in here with that lamb, and Rachel was trying to get it to latch on, trying to help it out, showing it where everything was at. The ewe was tolerating it. We didn't have her tied up or anything, but the lamb didn't really immediately latch on, and the ewe really wasn't letting us work around there, so we decided it was time to go ahead and get out the gate.
Shove her head there.
So this setup really ended up working good for this ewe. She was basically perfect size, and the kind of the way we had the pen set up, it gave us room to work off this one side of her. Rachel was able to get that lamb under there. It just also isn't getting it completely. It had a little bit of a latch reflex. She would get it to latch on, but you know, it just really wasn't totally interested in it. It would just kind of latch on and not really do anything, and maybe take a pull of milk, and that'd be about it. Currently what we're thinking we're going to try to do with this lamb, because it's doing so well on a bottle and everything like that, we're thinking we're going to continue bottle feeding it for another couple of days. And we actually have somebody that reached out to us and said that if we had any bottle lambs available, they'd be interested in taking them. They've raised plenty of other bottle lambs for their kids before, so we might do that just because we're so early right now into this major time of lambing for us that maybe we don't want to hold back a bottle lamb that's going to take a lot of attention away from these ewes having other lambs. So we'll just have to see how things work out, but so far so good. This lamb seems to be doing okay. We're just trying to reintroduce it to the ewe, but it doesn't really look like it's going to take. Well, that'll wrap this one up. Thanks for watching.